Hi everyone, welcome to Facts and Fun. As always, Facts and Fun is our preschool nonfiction program where we read a few of our nonfiction books from here at the library. We also do some crafts or activities with that month's theme. This month we're doing 3 fun activities to go with our theme. Our theme is shapes. Oh my goodness, shapes are everywhere. Circles, squares, rectangles, triangles. If you just look around, you see shapes everywhere. Let's go ahead and read our first book. Our first book is called Let's Learn Shapes, and it is by Anna C. Peterson. Let's learn shapes. I see a circle. Here's the circle. I see a square. There's the square. I see a triangle. There's the triangle. I see a diamond. And there's a diamond. I see a rectangle. Did you see the rectangle? I see an octagon. An octagon is a shape with 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's an octagon. There were a few examples of shapes on the road. Now let's do an activity with shapes. Okay, everyone, the first activity for shapes today are tracing sheets. You have a couple of pieces of paper in your kit that look like this, and they have shapes on them that are made from dotted lines. So what you need to do is get a pencil or a crayon or maybe a marker and trace the shapes. I've traced one already for you so that you can see. See the square? I traced the square. So I can trace this one and this one. And then if I go to the second page, there's 2 more squares. Now there's a blank spot too by the squares. What do I do with that? Well, for that one, you draw your own square. Let's see how I can do. I draw 4 lines that make a square. This is a great way to practice your shapes. See, I drew my own square. It's not perfect, but I like it. Good luck with your shapes. How is everyone's tracing doing? Are you staying on the lines, and did you draw a great shape in the blank spot too? Okay, let's go ahead and read our next book. It's called What Shape Am I? And it is by Miranda Kelly. Look at the ball. What shape is it? It is round, like a circle. Look at the door. What shape is the door? What do you think? It has 4 sides, like a rectangle. Look at the blocks. What shape do we think the blocks are? They are made up of squares. Look at the pizza. It has 3 sides like a triangle. Look at the egg. Oh, this is a new shape. What shape is this? The egg is a shape of an oval. The oval? What shape am I? Remember, the eggs are ovals. What shape am I? What shape do you think that is? It has 3 sides. I think it's a triangle. That was another fun book about shapes. Now let's do an activity with shapes. Okay, today's second activity has to do with colors and shapes flashcards. Everyone should have a packet of one of these in your kit. These are great. There are cards in here that have all different kinds of shapes and all different colors. So what you can do is with your grown-up, you can do these as flashcards. Your grown-up can hold up a card, let's say this one, and you can say, this is black, and it's a circle. And then you can keep going, like this one. What would you say this one is? What color is it? Is it green? Yes, it is. And what shape is it? It's a square. So you would say green square. So you can do that with the cards. What else can you do with the cards? Let's see. Well, we could group the cards. That means putting cards that are alike together. So for example, we could find all of the circles and put all of the circles together. That's one way we could group them. What's another way we could group them? Could we group them by color? We could also group them by color. We could put all of the yellow shapes together. The other thing we could do is we could make patterns. Remember how we made patterns in another Facts and Fun? You could make your cards go red, black, or maybe red, black, yellow, red, black, yellow. There's all kinds of things that we can do with these cards. I bet you can think of things that I haven't thought of yet. I wonder what activities you'll think of. Have fun with these. Wow, there certainly are a lot of activities that you can do with the shapes and color flashcards, aren't there? I wonder what activities you'll think of that I didn't think of. That'll be a lot of fun, I think. All right, our third book is called Monster Nose Shapes, and it is by Lori Capote and illustrated by Chip Wass. Is everyone ready? Mom wore her spotted sun hat. We brought some rotten grapes. We're at the beach today to learn about fun shapes. A square is one shape that you'll find. The sides are all the same, like my raisin stink bug sandwich and my catch a cactus game. They're both squares. I think I see a square right there, all covered in green, slimy vine. Danger, sharks are just offshore, reads the square wood sign. This beach ball is a circle shape. We see through circles too. I like the circle jellyfish that are made of squishy goo. See this circle jellyfish? An oval can be speckled like this snowy plover egg. A plover is a kind of bird. And here's an oval spider if you just ignore the legs. A triangle has 3 straight sides and 3 points, 1, 2, 3. My sailboat has a triangle to sail across the sea. I love my muddy sailboat and more triangles too. My evil castle topped with them, red and gold and blue. A star shape has 5 pointy tips. A starfish spreads out wide. I love this star-shaped flower that traps a bug inside. A rectangle has 4 straight sides, 2 short and then 2 long. Check out my floaty raft or all the books I brought along. I spent $1 rectangle on frozen green bean ice. My towel is a rectangle with holes that feel quite nice. All of these shapes are easy to see. You'll spot them near and far. Look for shapes while here and there. Find shapes wherever you are. What a silly book about monsters at the beach, but they found lots of shapes, didn't they? Now let's see if we can find some shapes, or maybe make some shapes on some geoboards. Okay, today's last activity is using geoboards. Geoboards look like this. Everyone has a different color. They're a piece of plastic, but they have pegs on them. Do you see all the pegs down there? What we do from your kit is the geoboard, the little bag of rubber bands, and you also have some patterns, all different ones. They look like this. So what you do with a geoboard is you can make your own shapes out of rubber bands. So let's give it a try. I'm going to use one of the patterns, but you don't have to use a pattern if you don't want to. So let's look at the pattern of the square. We can see where we're supposed to put the rubber bands. So let's give that a try. We stretch out the rubber band with our fingers and we put it on the pegs. Do you see how that rubber band is right there on the pegs? So now we've made one side of our square. I'm going to make all the sides the same color, but you can make them different if you want to. Now I have two sides. Now let's look at our pattern again. How many sides does the square have? It looks like it has 4 sides, so it looks like we're going to have to put 2 more sides on here. So there's 1 and 2. You have to use your pincher fingers to get these rubber bands on. And there we have a square. So there's all different patterns that you can make of different shapes. You can come up with your own shapes if you'd like. You can even make letters on here. They look a little funny, but they work. Have fun working on your geoboard as we listen to today's last book. Is everyone having a lot of fun with your rubber bands and geoboards, making all kinds of fun shapes? Oh, I hope so. Our last book today is called Circles, Stars, and Squares, Looking for Shapes. And it is by Jane Brockett. All right, this is about looking for shapes. Take a look at this book. Do you know what shape it is? Every object has a shape, and the world is full of interesting shapes. Let's see what shapes we can find. You can draw and paint flat shapes on paper. Solid shapes are different. You can make them with your hands using clay or dough or bricks. A circle is flat and round and curving. It doesn't have any straight lines or sharp edges, like these stickers and the holes in this cake carrier. An oval is a circle that has been squashed in the middle, like this window. A square has 4 straight sides, all the same, with 4 sharp corners, all the same. Squares are regular and even. A rectangle also has 4 sides, but 2 are long and 2 are short. Rectangles can be found in many places. Bricks, doors, and windows are rectangles we see every day. Which shape has 3 sides and 3 corners? Oh, do you remember? A triangle. Some triangles have sides that are all the same length. Some have sides that are different lengths. Two triangles together can make a diamond. A diamond has 4 equal sides and 2 very sharp points. We can see diamonds in fishing nets, quilts, and windows. See all the diamonds? Flat shapes with more than 4 sides have their own special names. A pentagon has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A hexagon has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And an octagon, let's remember how many sides an octagon has? Has 8 sides, like a stop sign or this shape. So far, we have found flat shapes. So now let's take a look at solid shapes. A solid circle is called a sphere. Can you say sphere? Tomatoes, balls of yarn, oranges, and chocolate candies are all spheres. Balls are spheres too, aren't they? A cylinder has circles at each end and straight sides in between. Cylinders are useful shapes for building and for keeping threads and tiny beads tidy. So they're like a paper towel roll is a cylinder. A cube is a solid square with flat surfaces with equal sides, edges, and corners. Do you see the cubes? Like ice cubes. Sweet candy and iced cakes can be shaped like cubes, and even little play figures can get stuck in plastic cubes. Cones have a point at one end and a circle at the other. Sometimes they are solid, like this sculpture. Sometimes they are hollow, like these paper cones. Cones are also useful for holding treats, like ice cream cones. Some shapes look like other shapes, but are a little different. Rings are circles with the middle taken out. Bright red life jackets, sugar cookies, and shiny metal door knockers are all rings. Eggs are almost ovals, but they have one end pointier and one rounder end. I didn't know that. I'll have to look at an egg. One end is pointier than the other. A heart can make us feel happy. Sweetheart shapes make us smile. Some shapes don't have their own names, so they look like something else. And we say they look like something else. An object can be sausage-shaped, or pear-shaped, or star-shaped. And pasta shapes include shells, curly wiggles, pointy tubes, and bow ties. We have found lots of interesting shapes. Now take a look around you. Can you name the shapes you see? What shapes do you see around you? Oh my goodness, there are so many shapes around you. Just take a look and see how many that you see. I hope you enjoyed today's activities about shapes, and I hope you enjoyed the 4 books that we did. Books are fun to find out information from, aren't they? If you ever wonder about something, come on into the library and see if you can find a book about it. Because books aren't just for fun, they're also for facts. Facts and fun. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.